What's up guys, welcome back to this new video. I hope you're all doing well. I had a haircut as you may see, so let me know what you think in the comments. Today is Saturday and the weekend actually just started for me because I had to work till 10 yesterday. So it's a short weekend, but we'll make the most out of it. What I'm planning to do today is I'm going to the gym. Maybe I'll catch up with some friends in the evening, but that's not sure, so we'll see. I'm also going to get Atomic Habits back from the library because I was reading it, but I didn't finish it in time because I was procrastinating, and that's not good. So I'm going to get it back and finish it in a couple of days because it's one of the best books I ever read actually, and I really think you should read it too. So hope you enjoy and see you in a bit. So yeah, I just got back from the gym and it was back bicep today, but I prefer push day by far. But you know, it's fine. Also, I'm thinking like recording more stuff in the gym because my previous video also and this video, it was each time not really, I didn't really film in the gym, and you know, it's nice to let you guys show what I do and how I do it, you know, so that's something for the future. Also, my t-shirt is a little too big, you know, if you can see it. But it's fine. I'm really starting to see a lot of progress in my body with bodybuilding, and it's really a good feeling, you know, see progress over a long time, you know, delayed gratification basically. And it's a really good feeling, and it's a lot better than direct gratification, you know. Because one thing you have to remember, and I always remember, is time is gonna pass anyway, you know, and you might as well do some stuff that in the long run benefits you, like bodybuilding, eating well, and you know, building something, than doing a lot of short gratification stuff like drinking a lot of alcohol and you know, that stuff. And the last thing is something I want to talk a little about. Like I said, I'm going to chill with some friends and we're going to have some drinks. And lately I've not been really a big fan of alcohol anymore because I'm from Belgium and here is a big drinking culture, you know. That's not an excuse by any means, but yeah, it's just the way it is. And you know, I've always been with my friends only on the weekends, but I drank way too much, I realized, and it's really normalized here. But yeah, since I was 16, I've been not really extreme, but you know, in the weekends I drank too much, and that was something I did for a couple of years basically. But now I'm 22, so with my self-improvement journey and you know, the will of trying to achieve things and become the best version of myself, I'm not really a big fan of it anymore. And the last time I drank was like a month ago, and I really didn't miss it too much. And now I'm going for some drinks with my friends, and it feels like kind of double because I know it's gonna be fun, but now I realize, and my view of alcohol lately is it has a lot more negative sides than positive, at least for me, you know. It's each person is different, but you know, it kind of feels like betraying myself. And I'm not saying I'm not going to drink for my whole life, you know, still going to drink from time to time, but not on the same level. I wasn't an alcoholic or anything like that, you know. Don't get me wrong, but it was too much, and that's just a fact. And it feels now like it's just a habit and not something I'm consciously deciding for myself, you know. And the people asked me to go, and I instantly said yes because it's been a while since I drank, you know. And from time to time I don't think it's really that bad if you know what you're doing, but it's still kind of eating me inside because it's not really who I am anymore. And I'm thinking like, what is the way to go for me with alcohol, you know? Am I going to drink still in my life? When, at what times I'm going to drink? When will I not drink? How much will I drink, you know? It's something I have to think about and decide if it's still worth it for me. Because today I'm going to do it, and I will let you guys know in the morning or something like that, or when I'm back home, how it was and what I'm thinking. Something I have to think about, and it's really serious for me. Because I lived a long time, like self-improvement was a big thing, and during the week I was doing really good. But then the weekend came, and you know, it really fucked the whole week up, you know. And that's not really the way to go, or at least for me. There are people who can do that, but it doesn't feel right for me. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Maybe it's something you should consider too, think about it. Am I drinking too much, is it a habit instead of a conscious decision. So yeah, I always have really bad anxiety. I've always been a really anxious person myself, and that's just not worth it for me, really. And if you have anxiety too, you know the feeling. It's just the day after, it's a nightmare for me. People who don't have that may think I'm exaggerating, but it's really, I think I'm dying every day when I have something like that. That's just not the way I want to spend my life. Imagine if I did that for like 1 day or 2 days in a week for all my life. I don't want to feel like that 1 day of the 7, 1 day from 7 days for the rest of my life. That's years of my life. I'm really anxious. That's not the way to go. Because we all know, if you're really serious about improving yourself and reaching your goals and becoming better, alcohol is really in no way helping that, ever. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do it ever, but you should really think about it. That's just all I'm saying, and I'm going to do that also. So that's basically all I have to say about that. I'll see you in a bit. Also, I said to you guys that I was going to grab Atomic Habits at the library, so I did that. It's called Elementaire Gewoontes in Dutch. It doesn't really sound the same at all, but I basically started that book a couple of months ago, but I never finished it because I didn't make a habit of reading. I just read from time to time. But that's something the book talks about, actually, and that's why I have to read the book, because I think it's really good. And it wasn't really conscious that I decided to not read it, because I just had to turn it back because my time was up. But I'm going to finish it because I think it's really interesting, and maybe you can too if you want. It's really a lot of cheat codes in life and things you are really logical, but you don't do and you forget to do, and also things you're like, oh damn, that's really a good way to view at things. You have to read it. You have to read it yourself, because I really can't explain it as good as the book itself. So, Atomic Habits. So I think I'm going to read a little in a book, because when I was young I was a really big reader, and I think it's a shame. I still read from time to time, but I don't do it as much as I want to, and I really want to be a big reader again. Because now I'm like, I read each week, but I want to do it more, because reading is really a cheat code in life, I think, and everybody successful says that also. And I think I talked about that in videos. So I really have to make a habit of it, and that's why I'm going to read the book and implement it from the book. So yeah, I'm going to read and see you guys. So yeah guys, it's the next day and it was quite fun. I didn't drink too much, so that's a nice thing, because I kept to myself and kept my words. One thing I noticed is that it didn't feel like it used to drinking alcohol, because it used to feel like it added something to the evening or to the event, or anything. But yesterday I didn't feel that, and that's something new for me, because I didn't enjoy drinking as much as I did, and I think that's a good thing actually. And I think that's because my mindset about it is completely different from first. I'm a new person, a different person than I was in the past, which I think is good, because I think I'm better now. But it felt like, the definition of overrated. So in my opinion, it didn't really add something to the evening or to the conversations or, anything really. But the funny thing is, I still feel it today. Not that I have a crazy hangover or anything like that, not at all actually. I feel more lazy and I just more want to relax than be productive. And that's something I'm not really a big fan of because I want to be as productive as possible. And that got me thinking, like, it's not worth it, at least for me, you know. Of course, you do what you want, but it's something for me I decided based on yesterday that I'm really done with it for a while. I'm not saying, like I said earlier, that I'm done with it forever, because forever is a big word, but not in the way I was doing or like yesterday, because the way I'm feeling now, and I don't feel that bad, to be honest, but even that is not worth the positives that it brought me yesterday. So I see that as self-sabotage, and it gives me the opportunity of trying something new and seeing what positive things it gives me, and maybe what negatives it gives me, to stop drinking for a while. And that's nice because I can document it and I let you guys know. And you know, it's new for me. It just felt a bit meh, you know. It really didn't add anything, and that's enough proof for me that I'm done with it for a while, and that's a good thing. So that's basically all I have to say about that. I have the early shift tomorrow, so I'm going to sleep because it's the next day, but it's pretty late already. And I have to go to sleep early because I want to maximize my sleep. It's something that I will start to take more serious. So I think that wraps up this video basically. I hope you enjoy the new content, because I do. I do a lot more than the previous content, which I will still do, but you know, some variation never hurt someone. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.